Good morning, my friends. This is Mike Barnes here, and we are on the journey. And just to remind you, for those who will be watching for the first time, that we are here on Sunday mornings, on Wednesday mornings, and Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Central Time. And we try to share thoughts from Scripture and pray for each other so that we can be successful in life, which is a journey. And so I invite you to always join us. Remember, it's on my wall, and I'm trying to get it also on, well, sometimes I do, and I will try to do it more often on YouTube as well. Okay? But this is where we do it live, and then I'll post it on YouTube too. Okay, so I want us to understand that we are blessed to be alive another day and to be in our right minds. And that is, it gives us an opportunity to embrace the mercy and the favor of God. God is real. It's not a fiction. He's real. Just as how we are real, we are living, we have a mind, we have a brain, we have a body, spirit. God is also real. He doesn't have a body like us, but he's a spirit, and he is real. And we need to cherish and believe that fact. Because without that, we are really just floating along, not sure what life is all about. God knows what life is all about, what he intended it to be, what he wanted it to be. God don't have any confusion, but we need to be associated with him. So I want to look at something here, and I will use St. Luke 15, some verses in it to make my point. Why are we shortchanging ourselves? The invitation. And I put the two things together because we are shortchanging ourselves when we have a legitimate invitation that don't have to happen. It's a complete package, and I explained recently, briefly, that what Jesus brought to earth is a complete package. It's salvation. Not just going to church. It's not just some religious song you sing and read some scriptures. There's a complete package of every aspect of our lives. Every aspect of our lives. I repeat, every aspect of our lives. Everything is included in the package. Because mankind lost their way, and the salvation package is to restore what we have lost, even though the earth is still cursed. It will never be before man sinned. It will never be like that. And here will never be heaven. Heaven is future for the soul, for the spirit, after we leave here. Right? So the package, it takes care of here and prepare you for the future. It's complete. Nothing is missing. And anything you think is missing is in there. You might not reach your consciousness yet. Or, there are medications today that we never know existed. Why? You never had no complaint that need that medication. So there's no need for doctor to prescribe it. Or for somebody to tell you, so this thing help and that thing help. They never had a need. But it was always there. It's always on the shelves. Or wherever it is stored. It's not a new discovery. Some of them is centuries old, decades old, but you never had the complaint. It's always there. So it is. Wherever you reach in life today, and the challenges and the problems that you have, the answer was always there. You have just reached to that point that you have that need. So for us to don't shortchange yourself by thinking, what is this now? How am I going to figure this out? It is in the package. That is why Jesus said, have faith in God. So let us look at the whole situation, how we shortchange ourselves. let me paint the picture here. When you're an invitation that you don't have to do that. And let us paint a picture here of what life is. Just think of the family. Use the family situation, because I think that's where Jesus went to. You are living outside of the family circle, the immediate family. Your parents are alive, and the whole family, they are all together. But you are living distance away, maybe in another country or another part of the country, and so forth. There's enough space and room and accommodation for all the things you need in the family. Everything you need. There's a family doctor, there's a family dentist, there's a family optician. You want to do the medical side, right? There are designers. There are everything that you could ever think. There's enough money there. There is enough food there. You have choice of vehicles to drive. That's what is at home. And if there's anything short, there's enough funds to acquire it. But you decide that you want to go where you are and where you choose to live. But things are not working out as it should. You had wished for or hope it could be, right? For various reasons. Whether it's your fault or somebody else's fault, it doesn't matter. It's not working out. So every now and again, you make a phone call. You still have relationship, communication, and I'll show you the good father now, which is God now. Every now and again, you make a phone call and say, call mother or father, and I'm struggling with my mortgage or my rent this month. Can you assist me? Pronto. The money is in the bank or in your account, whatever arrangement you have. So it is taken care of. Something is due, the car just not functioning, to need your call, and they said, okay, go to this place and they will repair it if necessary, if that's necessary, or trade it in. We'll take care of it. So you're surviving. But every now and again you have to make that faithful call. Okay, I will talk to my doctor based on the complaint you're having, the family doctor, and tell them what your experience are. Have you talk to them, and they will tell you, okay, you are far away, you can't see me, so I will get my friend, or I'll get somebody, or I'll talk to the pharmacist, and let us see if this will work. It may very well work. But every now and again, you have to be making this call. And sometimes you might do a video chat, or just a voice chat, and whatever. So you have access to what your family have. But you don't have full access because you are not at home. You follow me here. You are not at home. So when God says He sent rain on the just and on the unjust, that's what He's referring to. There is home. But remember, people out there, human beings, have drifted away. So people, of course, they prosper. And God gave protection too. And there are success stories too. But they are out of the scope of total protection. They are away from home. So they have to be making this regular call, this regular thing. Sometimes you have to send help. You have to ask somebody to go and check on your daughter, check on your son, check on the grandchildren, and all the rest of it. You know how life goes generally. So I'm using that picture to show you what we are really doing. We are shortchanging ourselves because we have access. We can go home. So all the headache and the hypertension and everything else that is causing you to be uncomfortable don't have to be. Because home has everything. There is no problem you have, I have, and will ever have that God don't have the answer for. The problem is that we have remained distant. And only when we think we need a little help, we make a call. So we are asking for prayer here, and we are asking for this here. And some people think you can give some offering and you'll get a little blessing. And you go to church today because according to the problem I'm in, maybe if I go to church this weekend, God will have mercy on me. Or I do some kind deed and some charitable work. And when I do that, God will have mercy on me. And then I'll be able to get out of this problem. And all of these substitute we are doing when you don't have to. You have access to home because the salvation package have guaranteed that. But we have buried the invitation, trying to walk around the invitation, want to take a part of it, not all of it, and then we end up in problems and more problems without a solution. So of course you show some mercy. Because of who he is, God. Do you wonder how you survive over the years and you didn't call upon the Lord, you didn't pray? Yes, he's going to take care of that, but you still have responsibility. But remember, all the pressure and all of these things that you are going through, you never had to do it alone. Some of it would never happen in the first place. Some of it would never happen in the first place. And even if you reach a place at dead end, wit's end, whatever, you would have been home, so the solution would have been provided for you to go through the experience. The hopeless feeling that you have. Because you are home. It's not a physical location. Is a spiritual state of mind that is relaxed and comfortable in the presence of who? The creator of everything. Who know the beginning and the end of everything. There's no dead end road. There's no problem he don't have the answer for. So when the damsel said to Naaman, if you were in Israel, you would have been healed from your leprosy. Those were examples that God preparing the human being for what salvation is. He's out of the scope. So what he did, he got on his chariot and whatever and went to home. What happened at home? He got his healing and came back. So there's nothing. The lady know that her daughter had all sorts of unclean spirit take the daughter, and whatever was trying to destroy her, she found Jesus, she found the salvation package, which is Jesus. He was able to give her the answer and send her home rejoicing. We are shortchanging ourselves when we have an open invitation. We are shortchanging ourselves, and we believe we can do some religious act. And that will substitute. It cannot. It hasn't been. It hasn't been working anyway. And then we justify by some success stories that we have. And true success too. But it's a success story that is far from home. So it's not sustainable. You know how many families today, parents in particular, who think all is set because of the success of their children? Because of the success of their children, you know. I'm good. This is that is that. Everybody succeed. Till after a while, those same children, they take sick, die in an accident, or they are dead, and whatever happened, what do you do now? Is not sustainable. Because that is not a guarantee. The salvation package is the guarantee. Because it has everything for every situation at any time. Short notice, no notice at all, long-term fear, concern, everything is in there. Okay, so let us look now at the scriptures. I think I hope I got your thoughts to think. Don't let it go off too far. Stay with me here. Yes, other thoughts will come to support the point, but you stay with me here. Because the Holy Spirit really wants us to understand what He has for us. And the mistakes that we are making, not hurting God, hurting ourselves. I repeat, we're not hurting God, we're hurting ourselves. All right? So we are in 15. Verse 4. Said Luke 15 if I didn't say what book. Yeah. What man of you having 100 sheep, if he lose one of them, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after that which is lost until he find it? Because we are going to how the Master, God, Creator, Father of mankind, Father of humanity, Father of life, everything all wrapped up in Him, how He sees us. Right? And that's why you need to understand how important you as an individual are to God. When you get that? How important you as an individual are an individual to God. Not how you see yourself, not how society and your family sees you. That don't mean one earthly thing. How does God see you? How important are you to God? That is where we need to start to live. Because if you don't live there, you are going to live as how people see you, as how you see yourself. And once you do that, then you are always going to be a footmat. Always going to be a footmat. Okay? Okay, so here the importance that God is the Father is talking now. You have 100. You man don't even think that way. You have 100. You're not going to leave the 99, go look for the one. The nearby is okay. But go over the wilderness, over mountains and valleys and search for the one. No. But that is how important you, as if you are that one, which we all are that one, is important to us. Is important to God. And we should begin to understand that. Good. And when he have found it, he laid it on his shoulder, rejoice. You don't even let him walk. Yes, don't even allow him to walk, you know. He's already exhausted. Right? Take him on his shoulder. We always see pictures of shepherd taking the lamb on their shoulder. Right? Lift him up and carry him home. 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 You belong home. You don't belong outside of home. You belong home. There's a home. Home of the soul. There's a song that says that. Home of the soul. Home of the soul is not heavy yet. It's a spiritual state where you live in the presence of God. There's a home that your life belongs to. And you can try fix it as much as you want to fix it outside of home. Outside of home is not home. You do all the things you want to do out there. You want to turn billionaire outside of home is problem. The billions become problem. Okay? Alright. And when he cometh home, he called together his friends, neighbors, saying unto them, rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep which was lost. Big celebration. That is how important you are. You want to wonder who is your mother, who is your father, what family you come from, what community you're born in, and how they treat you, give you a wrong name, and all that. God have his own name. You think God relying on people and give you the wrong father name and give you wrong, say this is your mother when it's not your mother, this is your this when you're not that, you're adopted, and somebody come and this one say I'll adopt that one, this one change your mind, and afterward you're adopted by this one until you end up where you end up, you don't even know who you are. People are like that on this earth, you know. You think God have any confusion? No. Father know you. From, what he said, from your mother's womb. So they can tell whoever is your mother, who is your father. They can do all of that. Mankind can do that. And Satan help them to do that. God don't have no confusion. He said, know you before you were born. Okay? That's the importance. It's personal. Alright? So you call the neighbor, call everybody, come, celebrate with me. Come my son or my daughter. That was in the wilderness. That was out there being harassed, battered among false people, among wild spirits, and all sorts of different things. Took me a little while. I had to wait a little while, but I finally found her. I found him. So help me here. I alone can rejoice here. Celebration. Alright? Because that's important. Alright, he went on to another example. We need to stick to how the Father sees you. Not how you see yourself. Not how people see you. How the Father sees you. How important you are. Do not shortchange yourself. Okay. Either, he went on to another example. What woman having 10 pieces of silver, and you know silver is expensive, and it was treasure to them in those days especially. Still is, but in those days it was big deal. If she lose one piece, does not light a candle, and sweep the house, and seek diligently till she find it. The other 9 pieces secure, you know. 9 pieces secure. Can't worry about that. Who is secure is secure. Because you are that important. It's going hard for you, especially if you come up through a life from childhood to be abused and rejected. It's hard for you to believe what I'm telling you, you know. That is really you. But whether you believe it or not, it's still the truth. Right? You have always been put down. You put down at home, you put down at church, you put down at school, you put down at your workplace, you put down, all put down you get. Right? And so when the Spirit of God is now saying to you, you are that important to me. With all who you think safe and who you get all the recognition and everything else, I have chosen you. I am not leaving you behind. I have everything at home for you. It's very hard for you to believe it because you look around. Huh? I don't think it's me. Because your soul has to accept and believe it for you to embrace the invitation. Remember, we're going to invitation. All right? All right. And he light a candle. Okay. And when she has found it, she called her friends, her neighbors together, saying, rejoice with me, for I have found the peace which I had lost. You are that peace. I am that peace that was lost. Celebration again. All right. Then he went on now, the prodigal son now. He had 2 sons. And it broadens the... It broadens the discussion. Let us go on into it now. And the younger of them said to his father, you want his portion now. That's the advertisement. It's my money and I want it now. Okay? We want the invitation. And that is where we mess up ourselves because of our self-will is misguided. We are misguided. Because what happened? God give every man your will. So you choose, you know. The others, he mentioned the others that they were lost. Innocently lost. Put it that way. It didn't say it's their fault. Why the sheep that was lost? Just one of those things. The piece of silver, one of those things. No fault of that piece of silver, no fault of the sheep. It didn't say that. In this case now, self-will was misguided. So the choice that creates the failure is an individual choice. But you see, everything is taken care of in the package. The salvation package accounts for everything. Okay. So here he says now. And not many days after the younger son, gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. Choice. You know, one innocent leaders find yourself in the world and you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. This one choose to be at the wrong place and to be at the wrong time, everything wrong. Choice. Alright? When he had spent out all, there was a mighty famine in that land that he began to be in want. You don't know what's coming. He make a wrong choice. He walk away from home and he believe that what he has, his education, his wealth, he's now married, he's now married into a wealthy family, he's now have the best job that is available and going to the best university. I'm thinking of all the success. Everything just right. Everything just right. Everything just perfect. Here's the problem with it. You and I do not know what is coming. He had no preparation for famine. What he had cannot override famine. So his pride is really a deadly suicidal spirit, you know. Because his pride is sustaining him for a little while. His pride let him think that what he has inherited will sustain him forever. Because that's what pride does. Pride is a lying spirit. It gets you to think that everything is okay until you find it is not okay. That's what pride does, you know. It sets you up, you know. Because everything seems to be working. But the famine is coming and he don't know. So when the famine reach him, what happened? When famine reach you, what happened? Don't shortchange yourself. Because you don't know what is coming. God knows. And also have the answer to sustain you through famine or through whatever else. But you don't know that. You would know anyway. What is coming? What health challenge is coming? What financial bankruptcy is coming? What disaster is coming? You know? You know, many parents send their children to college and they never graduate. Why? Instead of they graduate, they bury them. Whether accidents or whatever happened, it don't matter. That's the end result. You know what is coming? You have no idea. But what faced this young man who thought all was well?